Good afternoon, my name's Conrad, and over these next series of videos I'm hoping to document the Camino Aragones, followed by the French way onto Santiago de Compostela and finally to Finisterre, as long as all goes to plan. I'm currently here in Jaca, a beautiful part of northern Spain. In front of me, I'll show some footage later on, I can see the Pyrenees Mountains, and I'm sat right next to a medieval star fort, absolutely gorgeous to look at. I'm making these series of videos because I walked the French way once before, but unfortunately I failed to take a great deal of video footage or photography. I want to correct that mistake, and also I'd like to provide tips and advice for people thinking about walking this lesser known Camino route. If you find anything in this video interesting, I'd very much appreciate if you could consider a donation to the Teenage Cancer Trust. That's a charity in the UK and helped my brother greatly through some very hard times. I'm going to run through a series of introductory points in this video, and then we'll go more into specifics on the various stages as the videos go on. So first of all, packing for the Aragones. It's a very similar route to the French way in that it starts in the same mountain range, the Pyrenees, however from a slightly different start point, which is called Somport, just on the French-Spanish border. Because of this, the packing is very similar to the French way, and I happen to be walking on the 10th of September, and so my packing looks like this. A total of 7 grams in weight for the whole pack. I have 2 pairs of shoes, one walking, one casual, 2 pairs of hiking trousers, a number of t-shirts, head protection, warm weather clothing and a waterproof jacket. And that really is about it. Obviously, on a daily basis, I also have with me as much water as I need for the day, as much food as I need for the day, and this filming equipment I'm using here, which just so happens to be a Rode wireless microphone and my camera phone. So the Camino Aragones is an absolutely beautiful stage, or Camino in its own right. It spans a total of 205 kilometres and can be walked in around about 6 stages, depending on how fast you can walk. So to break that down real quick, we go first of all from Somport to Jaca, Jaca to Ares, Ares to Ruesta, Ruesta to Sangüesa, Sangüesa to Monreal, and finally Monreal to Punte La Reina, which takes us back onto the French way. I apologise in advance if I absolutely massacre Spanish phrases in these videos. I'm in no way a Spanish speaker, I'm afraid. So, why walk the Camino Aragones? Well, as I said for myself, I've already walked the French way. It was an experience of a lifetime, and I wanted to do something very similar again. This route allows me to walk a completely different and new 205 kilometres to begin with, followed by re-entry onto the French way and then to Santiago. And as I say, this time I'd really like to get to Finisterre, which I failed to do last time as the weather drew in toward the end of the year. So who walks the Camino Aragones then? Well, there's nothing stopping anyone doing it, but everything I've understood so far is that you get a lot more people who've walked previous Caminos, such as the French way, but also things like the Del Norte, the Via de la Plata, for example. But as I say, absolutely nothing stopping anyone doing it as a standalone Camino if they have a limited amount of time. In this series of videos, I'd really like to give my own views on the Camino, but I'd also like to interview other pilgrims. It's something that I think really benefits the wider Camino family, to understand the motivations of those who walk. I certainly on my first Camino, ran into some absolutely amazing people, people who brought a really interesting range of ideas to the fore, things I'd never thought of before, real divergent intellect, and also a number of just straight up really interesting people. So my first day is starting in Jaca. The reason I didn't start in Somport is simple. I spent a number of days in the south of Spain before beginning, Seville and Cordoba, absolutely beautiful part of Spain in Andalusia. To get to Jaca, I got a train, extremely fast trains in Spain, really well run, really clean, and really fast. Basically, went all the way through Zaragoza and then Zaragoza on to Jaca, direct train. I think it took about 2 hours from Zaragoza to Jaca. My initial thoughts on Jaca is that it's an absolutely beautiful place. In front of me here I can see the Pyrenees Mountains, and all around me I'm surrounded by beautiful hills. The weather's fantastic. The temperature at the moment is just right for walking. It's around about 25 degrees today. And I'm about to go have a good look around the town before starting walking tomorrow. And as I say, my first stage will be Jaca to Ares. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Feel free to ask me any questions in this video or any of the future videos as I walk the entire route. As I say, God willing, I make it all the way to Finisterre. Thank you very much.